Hello, I'm William Smith with another idea from the William Smith Luxury Group at Coldwell Banker Realty in Carmel, California. And it has to do with earnest money deposits. Buyers, use the power of a 3% earnest money deposit up front to show that your offer is significant and it's supported by your commitment to make sure that you are going to be bold in your offer. Sellers, if you get an offer that doesn't have 3%, earnest money deposit up front, then counter back asking for 3% earnest money deposit. And why is this 3% so significant? Well, it's 3% is the limit in California for liquidated damages in the California Association of Realtors contract. With that commitment from your buyer, sellers, you can feel like they are going to put that money in within 3 days after acceptance, and all 3% applies to your protection under the liquidated damage clause. If only a portion of that 3% is put up front, what happens? Well, oftentimes there'll be an earnest money deposit, let's say of 1%. And after inspections and all contingencies are removed, they'll increase that earnest money deposit to a total of 3%. That sounds fair enough. Unfortunately, sometimes the additional documentation, it's called the California Association of Realtors DID form, adds that increased deposit to the liquidated damages. If that form isn't executed and isn't submitted to escrow, it's not part of the liquidated damage protection for the seller. If the buyer doesn't realize that, the seller doesn't realize that, and the agents don't pay attention to getting that form in, then when the time comes that there is the rare instance that a buyer will breach the contract after all contingencies are removed, then there is not the full 3% earnest money deposit protecting the damages for the sellers. That is why it's very important sellers make sure you have that protection of that 3% for your liquidated damage for breach of contract on the buyer's part. And buyers, be bold, show up front that if you remove your contingencies, you are committed to this escrow, and that way you can get your better negotiation with a motivated seller to be able to get the offer accepted the way you want it. That's my hint. We're going to be talking about other points of the California Association of Realtors purchase agreement, and we're going to be doing it with the perspective of the buyer and the seller, trying to come up with the best strategies for both for a successful negotiation between the two parties. Thank you very much for tuning in.